Hey guys peeps, welcome back to Snail TV. So far today's been a pretty big day. We've done some pretty big changes to the go-karts. I'll just show you what we are getting into. Alright, so you can see it's a wiring nightmare at the moment. The old school ECUs have all been taken off. They did their job very well. Old school EMSs and the dashes are all taken off now. Alright, so EMS and the dash has all been taken off. What are we doing with them? What have we done? I've already mentioned on the previous video there that we are doing going to be doing fuel techs on all of them, just to make things easier around here, to keep all one ECU, and just to keep it just simplify it and get it done. So that is the next thing. So the first one is going to be getting the fuel tech is the Hayabusa go-kart there. Alright, we are getting that ordered now, and that will be on its way. And then after that there is wired up. Alright, we're getting this running, getting it all done. We're going to be on to this thing here. Alright, so I really want to get the rear drive shaft done, just to show you guys how I'm doing it and how that's getting driven. Just do a couple of bits and pieces and then strip it, and get ready for paint, and put it all back together a bit later on. Roll race is still on a bit of a halt. I'm not massive on getting it like running ASAP. Alright, so it will be getting running soon, later on this year, guys. Nothing too extreme yet. We've got the Kirkies in there, we've got everything, fuel techs on there, that's all sweet. But this is what we're going to be doing, because I really want to like this thing, and I love these boosters around here. So just like that. Alright, we've got the FT450. Alright, and the nano wideband. Alright, so that's what we're up to, guys. Just gonna take the bike out just for a little quick spin, just to make sure. I just keeping it pretty easy up on the revs at the moment, just to make sure it's a new build, so just making sure everything all goes well, that's all. So that's the first thing first. Is what we are doing is we are changing up the fuel tech, going to the fuel tech there on the Hayabusa go-kart. So that there is all now gone. All this wiring loom's all gone now. Alright, so all this has to get, not sure what I'll do here. I might delete a couple of things and cut a couple of things out. Then I really want to we need to make up a loom to go right to the front and mount up the ECU at the front here. Alright, so that's what we're up. As we did say, the fuel techs have got the screen, with the 450 does anyway. It has got the screen and also the ECU all in one. And that should get it done really nice, so that should be awesome. I've still got to get the new tyre put onto the rim. That's a new tyre. Alright, I got the old tyre off, I just cut it off, and also got to get a new tyre on this one as well, so we can get them on ASAP. So we get everything wired up, guys, to it, to the ECU. I've got plugs. Come over here, guys, and I'll show you the plugs that we got. These are all the same as the FT450s. All the plugs. Looking around. Alright, so we got I think these are 26 pins. Alright, these are exactly the same as the boosters, so I've been getting off the last boosters and also the EMSs as well. So I've got a few of them. So yeah, we can make up a loom ready to go for that, we get it wired up and ready to plug in this week. Hopefully get the ECU this week, and get it started back up for next weekend. Then we can go back onto this bike. So that's what I really want to go. That's my the next thing to get happening. This one here is out of action at the moment. I can make up a loom ready to go. Same thing, I can get it pinned out. I probably won't put an ECU on it at the moment. We'll see how we go with if we can find something a bit cheap for it. Yeah, we go from over here. So alright, so let's take this bike out for a spin. Let's go see what we can do on it. Alright peeps, going for a cold start here. Alright, so this is off the Alright peeps, yeah, great ride. Just trying to go through all the load cycles, just making sure everything's alright. I can't get on boost pretty hard. I only have the standard injectors on this thing. I'm just making sure that the gearbox is all good, nothing's leaking, and just the riding itself is really good. Pretty much I put everything all back together. I put the front rim on. Yeah, I've done actually quite a bit to this thing, matter of fact, the last couple of weeks. So just making sure everything is a rideable bike. Couple of little tiny more things I do actually still need to do, and also I still need to do a couple of things on well, talk to Fuel Tech with the tune, but yeah, everything else is actually pretty good. So actually still only running on 98, as you do know, but yeah, this thing, I absolutely love this thing. It's as I did say, this is my dream bike. Finally got it, and yeah, it's just what it is. So it's a beautiful bike to ride. I've ridden a few bikes before, but yeah, nothing's going to take the cake of this thing. So the Hayabusa community is pretty good as well, so everyone likes to help each other out. So yeah, thanks to those guys as well that have helped me out on a few little bits and pieces. But yeah, really special thanks to Fuel Tech, Nathaniel from Fuel Tech, for getting it all up and running. Without him I probably wouldn't have had it started yet still. So yeah, everything so far so good, no leaking. I did have a little tiny leak from the turbo sump, still just cleaning that up at the moment, from the turbo drain. That's been all cleaned up, and yeah, just making sure everything's all good. The radiator, that's also one little thing as well. The Hayabusas, the first gen Hayabusas actually only had one radiator, one fan radiator they did, and so in traffic they tend to overheat. Most, you can look it up, Google it, a lot of them did. When they're riding, it's fine, but when they're in traffic, they tend to heat up. So we have this controlled. So they're in those ones, they have them. You normally just put it like on a switch or something like that, because you can't change any parameters in those ECUs. But because we've got the aftermarket ECU, and that is controlling the fan and the and everything else, we can tell that to turn on whenever, but it still doesn't flow enough air at idle. So what we are doing is we're going to be doing another fan on this side. So if you can see, you can't, so the fan is a half moon, as it's a there's that one there. So you got a fan there, all right. It's a little I think they're like a little 6 or little, I think they're a little 6-inch fan, little 7-inch fan. And on the Gen 2s, what they did, which I found out they actually have a smaller radiator, but a more of a high flowing radiator, but they actually had the twin fans on them things. So what we need to do is we need to get another fan and put it on and wire it in, so then when the fans kick in, both of them kick in, not just one. So yeah, that's where we're up to, guys. Yeah, so that's the only thing we need to do. It does get a tad hot. You let it idle for too long here, it will just slowly little seep out off the overflow cap. But yeah, apart from that, everything else so far so good. And I do need to get injectors for this thing. So once I get injectors, we'll do some decent rips on this thing. I can't wait. But the drivability so far so good. And yeah, the gearbox is great. That's what my main concern was. It was yeah, the oil in the motor itself was actually a bit dirty and whatnot. Had a couple little bits and pieces in there, so I was a little bit worried about everything. But everything all come up right. There's no noises, no nasty noises there. Everything else was alright. So yeah, so let down to the track, exactly like what I've done on the Gokart there, is I've ported out the head. I would love to do that to this one as well. And do the valve spring upgrade, because with turbocharged they love the valve spring upgrade. And that's about it really. So yeah, we'll keep it on there, guys. Thank you very much for liking and subscribing. I told you I'll just keep a little bit more content coming. I've got a few more things now. I've got to wire up everything. I'm not going to film up the wiring. Wiring is boring for you guys. You don't want to watch it. I'll just show you when I've done the loom and what I'm doing with the loom. And yeah, we'll go from there. So keep on board, guys. Yeah, and yeah, don't forget to watch the next episode. See you, peeps.